today's cup of coffee, going to end on a very strange note because it's been a very strange week. And this comes from Daily Mail. It is by Matthew Phelan, I think is how you pronounce his name, September the 21st of 2023. Austrian shoppers will be noticing a new fish in their grocer's freezer, one that's never once been in the water. And consumers in the United States will be getting their chance to try it sometime next year. A food tech startup has claimed credit for delivering the first ever 3D printed vegan food to supermarkets, a fungi-based fillet inspired by salmon. Now, if you'll notice on this picture, I think that dude's tattoo is very appropriate. And the innovation follows a lab-grown, man-made chicken breast, which the United States FDA declared safe for human consumption last January. Dubbed the fillet, the new vegan salmon promises high protein, rich vitamin content, and, like its aquatic counterpart, omega-3 fatty acids. I'm really trying to restrain myself on this one. But beyond promising to alleviate stress on natural fisheries worldwide, production of the fillet will also be less energy intensive and more sustainable despite its high-tech manufacturing process, according to the startup Vienna-based Revo Foods. Revo said that its 3D printing, all told, uses somewhat between 77 to 86% less carbon dioxide and 95% less fresh water than all the conventional steps needed for wild-caught salmon from ship to shore to shelf. And the CEO, Robin Simsa, said in a statement, quote, "With the milestone of industrial-scale 3D food printing, we are entering a creative food revolution, an era where food is being crafted exactly according to customer needs," end quote. Is there anybody that really needed this? Honestly? A good source of lean protein is, of course, a frequently cited customer need for salmon consumers. And here, Revo's vegan salmon boasts a reasonably high 9.5 grams per 100 grams, less than normal salmon, which typically contains 20 grams to 100 grams, but not insubstantial. 9.5 grams per 100 grams, I don't think that's pretty much anything. To craft their 3D printed salmon, Revo Foods partnered with startup Mycorrhiza, I don't know, which helped engineer a mycoprotein from fungi capable of being distributed and deposited through a 3D printer. In recent years, researchers have managed to 3D print food products as diverse as laser-cooked cheesecake and lab-grown meat. The impetus has come down to the theory that printed food alternatives could make food production more environmentally sustainable. Such concerns have been a recurring topic over the fishing industry for more than a decade, with 34% of global fish stocks depleted by rampant overfishing and mass trawling techniques that kill nearby species never intended to be eaten. Climate scientists estimate that global food production accounts for roughly a quarter of carbon emissions, with 31% of that subset coming from livestock and fish farms and 18% more coming from its processing and transportation. Revo Foods believes that the key to success for the fillet and its other products will lie in the startup's skill at recreating an authentic taste that appeals to the flexitarian market. But whether the company can help stem that overfishing tide may just come down to whether pescatarians and flexitarians can learn to enjoy eating a manufactured fungus that's crafted to taste just a little bit fishy. Okay, what the hell is a flexitarian? Now, I do know that the pescatarians are the people that will eat fish. Other than that, they won't eat any other animal product. And as far as I want to know how many people are honestly that gullible that they will eat this shit. Because they've got lots of key words, buzzwords in their marketing, such as sustainability, supposedly reduced carbon emissions and stuff like that. There's absolutely no long-term study on what the hell this does to people who consume it. And I will also leave a link to an article that has nothing to do with this particular article. But it was talking about, if I can still find it, if they don't yeet it before I can get it. And the article that I want you to look at is the devastating risk of transitioning to green energy. Mining for electric powering minerals has left 23 million people exposed to toxic waste, 500,000 kilometers of rivers polluted, and 16 million acres of farmland ruined. So, yeah, the virtue signaling is a very expensive thing. It truly is. And there was a point in time when people were reasonable and they're like, okay, we don't want GMOs. We don't want pesticides or some other filth sprayed on our crops. That's one of the reasons that people are having so many gluten sensitivities, myself included, that where they have monkeyed around with the grains, with the seeds, and then they're spraying God knows what on it. It's making it to where humans can't digest it. And it's making them sick. That's not just me. Y'all can do a search. There's lots of research out there that says that that's one of the things that's happening. A lot of times also where soybean is being used, different things used in so many things that could be the reason that people are becoming allergic. Yeah. Because things are not always supposed to be consumed. And who knows what the hell this fungus is that they're claiming is really, really good for people. Now, you show me long-term studies. We're talking 5, 10, 20 years. 20 years, hell, I doubt very seriously that I'll still be on this planet. Who knows who's going to be on this planet in 20 years. But no, I'm not eating any of this bullshit. No. Because if you become a label reader, and I heard somebody one time, they said, if it's got more than 3 ingredients in it, leave it alone. Shop on the peripheries of the supermarket. That's where your fresh produce is, different things like that. Now, as far as like dried legumes, you can take a legume and like rice, a bean and a rice, and have a complete protein if you are doing the vegan thing. And I have done that in the past. Not for long periods of time, but I have done it. I was vegetarian for years, became extremely nutritionally depleted. Not everybody is supposed to be able to do that. That's why you don't preach. Let somebody find their own path on these things. But before you really want to put some of this stuff in your body that is as synthetic as it could be, some of this stuff you probably would be better off eating the packaging. Now, I've heard people talk about McDonald's and all that stuff. I don't think anytime you eat fast food on a regular basis, I don't know that can be healthy for you. I don't know. There's been a lot of people that have slammed that, but then there's been a lot of people that have consumed it for years and apparently have no ill effects. Just think for yourself. But like I said, read packages, read labels. And I don't know if this was intended. I don't know where I got this picture. I just found it on the internet and I thought that is just appropriate. It may have come from the manufacturers themselves. I don't know. But back when magazines and stuff were a thing, there was, as far as subliminal images, and they're there. They're very, very there. Hell, that's not even subliminal. I don't want to eat no Frankenfood, and I don't want to eat no damn bugs. Those things are not everything is intended to be consumed. Oh, God help us all. Yeah. So if you've had experiences with paranormal or supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, Frankenfoods that you would like to alert me about, you can send me an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com. And the email address is always there in the description box. Link to these articles will also be in the description box, and so you can go and read these things for yourself before they're yeeted, because stuff goes down the memory hole very, very quickly. Yeah. And I know I use one of the lowest forms of journalism out there. No, actually, I can use lower. I have some of those also. But it's what's there. Sometimes the real news is printed. You just have to be quick before it goes down the memory hole. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and mainly know that you're loved. That's the main thing. That and prayers. And pray one for another. And Lord willing, we'll see you on the next cup. Bye.